Communication is a fundamental aspect of human interaction and plays a crucial role in conveying information, ideas, and emotions between individuals and groups. It encompasses a broad range of activities and methods used to exchange messages, both verbally and non-verbally, in order to facilitate understanding and connection. Here's a brief introduction to the key aspects of communication. Meaning of communication. Communication refers to the process of transmitting, receiving, and interpreting information, thoughts, feelings, or ideas between individuals or groups. It involves both sending, encoding, and receiving, decoding, messages, with the goal of achieving mutual understanding. The communication process. The communication process consists of several elements. 1. Sender, the individual or entity initiating the communication by creating and transmitting a message. 2. Message, the information, idea, or content that the sender wishes to convey. 3. Channel, the medium or method through which the message is transmitted, such as spoken words, written text, gestures, or digital media. 4. Receiver, the individual or group that receives the message and interprets its meaning. 5. Feedback, the response or reaction of the receiver, which provides the sender with information about the effectiveness of the communication. 6. Noise, any interference or distortion that may disrupt the communication process. Functions of communication. Communication serves several essential functions in human interactions. 1. Information sharing, it helps convey facts, data, and knowledge. 2. Expressing emotions. Communication allows individuals to express their feelings, needs, and desires. 3. Influence and persuasion, it can be used to persuade, convince, or motivate others. 4. Social interaction. Communication fosters social bonds, relationships, and cooperation. 5. Problem solving, it facilitates the exchange of ideas and solutions to resolve issues. 6. Decision-making. Effective communication aids in making informed choices and decisions. Types of communication. Communication can be categorized into various types based on different criteria. 1. Verbal communication involves the use of spoken or written words, including face-to-face conversations, phone calls, emails, and written documents. 2. Non-verbal communication includes gestures, body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice to convey messages. 3. Interpersonal communication occurs between individuals and focuses on building personal relationships and understanding. 4. Mass communication involves the dissemination of information to a large audience through channels like television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. 5. Intrapersonal communication refers to internal self-talk and thoughts within an individual's mind. 6. Visual communication relies on images, graphics, and visual elements to convey information. 7. Digital communication encompasses communication through digital platforms and technologies, such as social media, instant messaging, and video conferencing. In summary, communication is a multifaceted process that is vital for human interaction and involves various forms and functions. Effective communication is essential for building relationships, sharing information, making decisions, and achieving shared understanding in both personal and professional contexts. Communication models. Communication models are theoretical frameworks that help us understand the process of communication. They provide a structured representation of how messages are sent, received, and understood. Some common communication models include linear model. In this simple model, communication flows in a linear fashion from the sender to the receiver, with the message transmitted through a channel. It often lacks feedback and considers communication a one-way process. Interactive model. This model introduces feedback, allowing for a more dynamic exchange between the sender and receiver. It acknowledges that communication can be influenced by the receiver's response. Transactional model. The transactional model views communication as a simultaneous process where both the sender and receiver are active participants. It emphasizes the importance of shared meaning and context. Elements of communication. Effective communication involves several key elements. Sender, the individual or entity initiating the communication by creating and transmitting a message. Message, the content, information, or idea that the sender wishes to convey. Channel, the medium or method used to transmit the message, such as spoken words, written text, gestures, or digital media. Receiver, the individual or group that receives the message and interprets its meaning. Feedback, the response or reaction of the receiver, which provides information to the sender about the effectiveness of the communication. Context, the environment or circumstances in which the communication takes place, including cultural, social, and situational factors. Communication barriers. Communication barriers are factors that hinder effective communication and can lead to misunderstandings or breakdowns in the communication process. Common communication barriers include language and vocabulary differences. Differences in language proficiency or vocabulary can lead to misinterpretation and confusion. Cultural barriers. Cultural norms, values, and expectations can affect how messages are perceived and understood. Noise, environmental or physical distractions, as well as internal mental distractions, can interfere with the transmission and reception of messages. Lack of clarity, poorly structured messages, vague language, or incomplete information can impede understanding. Emotional barriers. Strong emotions, such as anger, fear, or stress, can disrupt communication and lead to defensive or irrational responses. Perceptual barriers. Different perspectives, biases, and preconceived notions can influence how a message is received. Physical barriers. Geographical distance, technical issues, or physical disabilities may limit communication opportunities. Lack of attention, inattentiveness, or lack of interest in the communication can hinder comprehension. Semantic barriers. Misinterpretation of words or symbols due to multiple meanings or unclear terminology. Psychological barriers. Personal insecurities, anxiety, or low self-esteem can affect one's ability to communicate effectively. Understanding and addressing these communication barriers is essential for improving the quality of interactions and achieving successful communication outcomes in various personal and professional settings.